welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be learning how to draft Bustier, and it's a live session. I think this is the first time we are doing a live session. I've actually received lots of requests on that particular video, so we'll be drafting it together. So if you are active online, please do to join. We are going to be learning how to draft a princess that bustier with a sweetheart neck, and is beginner friendly. So if you are active, please do to join this live. Please do to write your name and the place you are watching from in the comment section. Thank you so much for doing that. So if you are active, please do to let me know by writing your name and the place you are watching from. So in this video, like I said earlier, to cut a princess that bustier for and with a sweetheart neckline, and it's going to be for all sizes, because I realized that some people have problem with drafting a princess that bustier for a plus size person. So in this video we are going to be learning how to draft that. So without wasting much of our time, we just go right into the main video. Please do to comment your name in the comment section and the place you are watching from. Thank you so much. So let's start with the main video. So to do that, I have my pattern paper here on fold. So I'm going to tape this down so it can stay in place. Just a minute, please. So the first thing we are going to do now is to rule a starting line here. I'm going to rule a starting line across the paper like this. And we are going to be taking all of our vertical measurements downwards. So this is our shoulder line and our starting line. So from our shoulder line, I'm going to come down to mark my bust point. From my shoulder to my bust point is 9.5 inches. So if you are following this tutorial and you are drafting with me, do to take all your measurement down before drafting. So from my shoulder to my bust point up, before we start, then you need your shoulder under bust. You need from your shoulder to your under bust point. Then you need from your shoulder to your waist point. So when the waist, from your shoulder to your waist point, when taking the measurement, you have to measure from your shoulder to your waist in front, because from your shoulder to your waist in front is longer than from your shoulder to your waist at the back, because of the bust we have in front. So you can do to take from your shoulder to your waist in front separately from your shoulder to your waist at the back. So you're going to take from your shoulder to your waist in front, you write it down, then you take from your shoulder to your waist at the back. As we go on with the video, you will understand more. All right, then the next measurement we need is your bust circumference. You'll be needing your bust circumference, and then you'll be needing your under bust circumference. So these are all the measurements. And then your waist circumference, you'll be needing your waist circumference as well. So these are the measurements we'll be needing for this tutorial. So let's go on with the tutorial. So I'm going to come down to mark my bust point. From my shoulder to my bust point is 9.5 inches. I'm going to mark that all the way to have a straight line. I'll go ahead and extend. Then from my shoulder again, I'm going to come down to mark my under bust point. From my shoulder to my under bust point is 12 inches. I'll go ahead and mark that. And I'll rule the line across. Then from the shoulder again, I'm going to come down to mark my waist point. From my shoulder to my waist point in front is 16 inches, while from my shoulder to my waist at the back is 14.5 inches. So I will explain that as we go on with the video, but first just take from your shoulder to your waist in front. Mine is 16 inches. I'm going to mark that. I'll go ahead and extend the line, the point across. Then I will label my line appropriately. So this is my waistline, this is my under bust, and this is my bust line. So I'm going to come to the shoulder line here, and I'm going to divide my shoulder by 2. So take your shoulder, divide it by 2. My shoulder divided by 2 is 7.5. I'm going to mark it right here. So here at this point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope because our shoulders are not straight. So make sure to come down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope. Then I'll come here and mark my basic neck of 3 inches. So I'm using 3 inches for the neck width. I'm going to mark it right here. I'll connect from the shoulder slope to the neck width this way. Like this. So the next thing is to get our chest line. And how to get your chest line? You are going to divide your bust by 6 and then add 1.5 inches to the measurements. All right. So my bust is 32 inches divided by 6. Then I will add 1.5 inches, and that gives me 7 inches. I'm going to mark it right here. I'll go ahead and extend this line across. So this line is our chest line. On my chest line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here, the 7.5 I have here. I'm going to mark it right here to have a straight line. And I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to this point. So what we have here. So here, I'm going to divide what I have here into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint. Remember, we got 7 here. So that 7 should be 3.5. I'm going to mark the midpoint here. At the midpoint, I'm going to go in by half an inch here. Then I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4. My bust is 32 divided by 4 is 8.5. I'm going to mark it right here. And I'm going to connect from here to this point to form my armhole. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to mark our dart. So to mark your dart, you are going to divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. I'm going to mark the under bust line, on the bust line, and also waistline. I'm going to connect this point together with a straight line. So this side is our center front and this is our side front. On the under bust line, on the center front, I'm going to be marking 1 inch here. Then on the side front, I'll be marking 1.5 inch. All right. So if you're a plus size person, you can mark 2 inch here on the side front and then 1 inch here. Right. You can mark 2 inch here on the side front, 1 inch here. Well, I'm going to be marking 1 inch here and then 1.5 inches here. I'll go ahead and connect the point together. Like this. So I'm going to come down from the bust line by 1 inch. Now connect from here. And see the way I'm placing my tape. So what we are going to do right now, I'm going to measure from here all the way to this point. So I got about I have about 8 inches. And I'm going to mark the midpoint of that 8, which is 4. I'm going to mark it right here. So I'll connect from here all the way to the midpoint of our armhole here. These 8 inches that we just marked as our midpoint. I'll just connect with my curve rule all the way like so. So you can see the shape of our bust coming out already. So we are going to tighten up this line here. So I'm going to mark 1/2 inch on both sides of this line like this. And I'll connect it back into the original line. You can see what we have here. So this dart that we have here, I'm going to replace it so we don't have any shortage when we are joining our pieces together. So I'm going to replace the 1 inch here on this lower line. I'm going to mark the 1 inch here. And I will extend this line all the way to the 1 inch. I'll also replace the 1 inch on the chest line. Then I will connect my armhole. So you can see what we have here. This is our new armhole. We don't need this anymore. So if you are active on this live, please do well to comment your name in the comment section and the country you are watching from. Please do well to do that. So now that we've gotten this, all we need to do right now is to impute our round body measurement. So we've already marked our bust measurement here. I'm going to add my seam allowance of 1 inch. I'll come to the under bust line, divide my under bust by 4. I'm going to mark it right here. Then this dart we took here, the 2.5 inches that we took here, I'm going to replace it, and then I'll add my seam allowance. I'll come to the waist by 4. I'll mark it right here. Then the dart we took here, I'm going to replace it, then add my seam allowance. I'll go ahead and connect all these points together. So you can see what we have here. So the next thing we are going to work on right now is our bust dart. So this is what I said I was going to explain earlier. So if you measure from your shoulder to your waist in front, and from your shoulder to your waist at the back, you will notice that the front pattern, the front measurement is longer than the back because you have bust in front, because of the bust you have in front. Like I said, from my shoulder to my waist in front is 16, while from my shoulder to my waist at the back is 14.5 inches. So the difference I have now is 1.5 inches. So that is the difference I have. So I'm that difference here. I'm going to come down by that 1.5 inches from the bust line. So by the time I join the back pattern and the front pattern together, they will be equal at the end of the day. So I'm going to come down by that 1.5 inches from the bust line this way, and I'll connect it back to my dart leg here on the bust line. I'll connect it from here all the way to this point like this. So by the time we close this, we cut this out, we are going to have the back pattern and the front pattern equal at the end of the day. So this is it. So the next thing we are going to do right now is to work on the neck. So I'm going to come down from the shoulder line to where I want my neckline to stop. It depends on how deep or high you want the depth of your neck to be. So I'll be marking 7 inches because I don't want my cleavage to show at all. So I'll be marking 7 inches as the depth of my neck, and I'm going to go up from here. Let's say I'll go up from here, let's say 3.5. I'll go from here like 3.5. So I'm going to connect from here to this place. We are trying to create a princess dart a sweetheart, our sweetheart neckline. All right, so I'm just going to connect from here like this to this point. So you can decide to be sure of what you are doing. You can just do from here, you can just measure 3.5 or 4 inches. So I just mark 4 inches from here to here. I just mark 4 inches here like this. So I'm just going to connect from here like this to this point. You can actually use a straight ruler to just connect from here, but I don't actually want it. I don't want it very straight, so I'm just going to use my curve rule to just connect this from my neck width. I'll just connect it from here like this. Like I said, you can use anything to just connect this line. You can decide to use your straight ruler to actually do this. So I'm just trying to get a perfect shape. To this point like this. And if you're not okay with the curve, like I said, you can actually use a straight ruler to achieve this as well, but I don't want here to be totally straight. You can also use your straight ruler to achieve this like this. I think I'll work with the straight ruler, then I'll connect from here to this point. From here, I'm going to connect from here all the way to this point. So you can see what we have here. So this is how to draft your princess dart bustier with a sweetheart neck. I hope we are following. So this is basically it for the front. I'll just go ahead and cut this so we can work on the back pattern. Or do I recap on the time? We take our vertical lines. So we measure from our shoulder to our chest line, to our bust line, under bust line, and our waistline, and then to get our chest line, we divide our bust by 6, then add 1.5 inches, and then we mark our neck width of 3 inches. We impute our shoulder measurement. At that point, we come down by 1 inch from our shoulder slope, right? Then we connect from our shoulder slope to our neck width. Then this line, we divide it into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint. And at the midpoint, we went in by 1/2 inch. We mark our bust circumference divided by 4 on the chest line, and then we connect this our first armhole like this. And then to contour our so if you have watched this point, thank you so much for staying. So let's go ahead and cut it out just so we can work on the back pattern. So before you cut the pattern paper out, do well to close your bust dart so that you can adjust your line or align your lines if they are not aligned properly. Do well to close it down first. So you can see now that I've closed it, my lines have shifted. So I'm going to align them. So do well to close it down before you cut. you watch to this point and you find this video interesting, please do it to like give it a thumbs up and share as well. You can go ahead and share the link with your friends. So you can see what we have here. You see how beautiful this came out. You can see the shape of her sweetheart's neck. So this is about it. It's very simple. It's a very simple tutorial. This is it. You can see how beautiful this came out, right? So this is it. So we are going to keep this aside and then work on the back pattern. So let me tape this down so that it will stay in place. So for the back pattern, we are going to mark our zipper allowance of 1 inch first of all. Mark our zipper allowance of 1 inch. Go ahead and connect the point together. So this is going to be for our zipper. I'll just draw a line across here to serve as our starting point and our shoulder line. So from the shoulder line, I'm going to come down to mark my which is 9.5 inches. I will extend the line across. Then from the shoulder line, I'll come down to take my waist point from my shoulder to my waist at the back. So I'm going to be marking 14.5 inches, which is my shoulder to my waist at the back. So these are the only measurements we need for the back. This is my waist line and bust line. So I'll come to the shoulder line, mark my shoulder measurements divided by 2 here, just the way we did for the front pattern, which is 7.5. I'll come down here by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my basic neck of 3 inches. The neck width for the back and the front must be the same. So that is one thing you should take note of. The neck width for the back and the front must be the same. All right. And I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the neck width this way. And when imputing your measurement is after your zipper allowance. Don't take it from your zipper allowance. It's after your zipper allowance. So I'm going to come down to mark my neck depth. So I'm using the neck depth for the back. And I'll connect all the way into the zipper allowance. Just a minute, please. I'm sorry for that short break. I needed to attend to something. So the next thing, we are going to come down to mark our chest line. Using the same formula we use for the front, divide your bust by 6, add 1.5 inches. That gives me 7 inches. I'm going to mark it here and then extend the point across. Our chest line. So on my chest line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here. I'll connect from the shoulder slant all the way to this point, like this. So I'm going to divide what I have here into 2 to get the midpoint, which is 3.5 here. At the midpoint, I will go in by half an inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4. I'll mark it right here. And I'll connect all the points together. So the next thing is to mark our dart, just the way we did for the front pattern. Divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2, mark it on the bust line, on the waist line, and also on the chest line. I'll connect the 2 points together. So on the waistline, I'm going to be marking 1/2 inch on both sides of this line. And I'm coming down by 1 inch from the chest line. And I'll connect my dart this way. So this is if you want to use this normal dart for the back pattern, it's fine. But if you want to use a princess dart as well, it's also fine. So it depends on what you want at this point. But for me, I'm going to be using a princess dart. But if you just want to use the normal dart, which is this one, you can just leave it. But if you want to use a princess dart for the back as well, I'm just going to go up from this from here by 1 inch. I'll just go up from this midpoint by 1 inch here, and I'll connect from here all the way to that point. Make sure it's not too curvy because we don't have a bust at the back, so make sure it's not too curvy like the front pattern. I'll just connect from here like this. So this is it. You can see what we have here. So the next thing we are going to do right now is I'm going to come out here, let's say like 1/2 inch, come out from here like 1/2 inch here, and I will connect my armhole from there. Like this. So this is what we have. Next thing is to impute our round body measurements. So we've already marked our bust measurement here. I'll add my seam allowance. That is my sewing allowance. I'll come to the waistline, divide my waist by 4. I'll mark it right here. Then the 1 inch we took for that, I'll replace it, and then add my seam allowance. I'll go ahead and connect my markings together. So this is what we have. So for the back, you can use any style line for the back, right? You can use any style line for the back. You can decide to do another different neck for the back. You can do a keyhole neckline. You know how to go about your keyhole neckline. I have done tutorial on that severally. So, but we're just going to use this normal basic neckline for the back. But you can actually use any style line, any neckline for the back. So what we are going to do right now is to work on the zipper. To eliminate that zipper bulge that people usually have on their dresses and blouse, I'm going to mark 1/2 inch here on the waistline, on the zipper allowance. I'm going to mark 1/2 inch here. So this part is very important. Our back is not straight. So the excess that is supposed to be here, we're going to take it out so that our zip can lay very flat. So when making your blouse, your dresses, make sure you do this all the time so that you can have a perfect outfit. So I'm going to slant this all the way up like this. And this excess that we have here, we are going to cut it out. This is the area we don't need. So this is very, very important when you are drafting any pattern for your outfit. And this is basically it for the back pattern. We'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is what we have for the back. So for the back pattern, since our paper was not on fold when we were drafting this, we are going to be cutting times 2 of this. This is the side back. Make sure to always label so that you will not mix it up with the front, because they are almost the same shape, so that you will not get confused. So make sure to always label when cutting this. This is our side back, and we are going to be cutting times 2 of this. And this is the center back. This is the center back, and you're going to be cutting of this as well. So this is what we have for the back pattern, and this is what we have for the front pattern. You see how simple it is to draft this. So this is what we have. So this one, the front pattern is complete. All you need to do is to place on your fabric and cut. And for the back, we are going to be cutting times 2 of each piece, since it's not on fold when we were drafting. This one is complete, and this one you cut times 2 of each piece, and this is basically it. So if you find this video helpful, please do well to give this video a thumbs up. If you have any question, anything you don't understand at all, do well to drop it in the comment section, and I will do well to reply to all your questions. All right, if there's anything at all you don't understand, please do well to drop it in the comment section. And if you find this video helpful, do well to like, share, subscribe to your friends, subscribe to your family, subscribe to your soulmate. Very important. Subscribe to your soulmate, because I realize that people usually have a issue with drafting this particular pattern, Princess that Bustier. So do well to share the video with your soulmates. All right, so this is it. And before we leave for the day, I want to really appreciate all my subscribers, my returning subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for always coming back to watch my video. I see all your comments, I see all your encouragement. I really do appreciate all your love, and it means a lot to me. Thank you so much for your support. I can't do this without you guys, right? You guys are always there to watch. So this channel is for you, my love. So thank you so much for all the support I receive from you guys. Thank you so much. And if you are new, if you're just coming across my video for the very first time and you have not subscribed, please do well to be part of the family. Subscription is totally free. You are not paying for subscription anything. Subscribe so that you can be part of the family, and do well to turn on the notification bell so you can be notified anytime we drop new videos, so you don't miss out on anything. All right, thank you so much for doing that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.